Not simple to say. Most days I don't recognize me. These shoes and the saber, that place and its patrons have taken more than I gave them. It's not easy to know I'm not anything like I used to be. Although it's true I was never attention sweet center. I still remember that girl. She's imperfect, but she tries. She is good, but she lies. She is hard on herself. She is broken and won't ask for help. She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She is all of this mixed up and baked beautiful pie. She's gone, but she used to be mine. And it's not what I asked for. Sometimes life just slips in through the back door and carves out a person, makes you believe it's all true. Right, Chippy? And now I've got you. Friday night, everybody. Friday night date night. What is happening? It's official. Sam Altman is back on the board of OpenAI. He and Greg Brockman were found to have acted appropriately, or not inappropriately enough to be fired. Not a big surprise, but some new board members over there. That's interesting. Satan wears a suit and tie. Does he work at the Dairy Queen? Does he listen to rock and roll? Does he feed the mean? Singing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. What about Jesus? Didn't he do it too? Yeah, hang out with the prostitutes, have a drink or two. Power of example, my mama said it and I heard. She said 1 ounce of action beats a ton of words. Singing hallelujah. Mama said there would be angels, hallelujah. Mama said there would be sun. You done, buddy? All right, let's get this show on the road. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Let's do this. Let's do this. The puppy vocals. The puppy vocals is where it's at. I am singing backup. The dog leads the vocals. I'm just harmonizing. Not well. Off key.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. We've got our project for the night. I think it's going to be a fun project. This was a cool thing that happened last night, if you didn't see it. Hello, fellow AI enthusiasts. Gritty Wisdom, turn it into a regular irregular. Gritty Wisdom showing up here a lot. I like it. I like to see it. They're gritty and wise. That's how we like it around here. Gritty and wise. Buckle up, Buttercup. AI ain't for the faint of heart. I think we are all we are all discovering that this is a fucking grind. And I don't mean these lives. I mean, this is a grind too, you know. Friday night, honey, are we going to go to the movies tonight? We're going to watch TikTok again. I'm sorry for doing that to you. Yeah, what are you going to do? Well, what are you going to do? Huh? There's no sleeping in AI. There's no crying in baseball. Oh, man. Are you crying? AI should translate dog to text. Wouldn't that be great? All right, it looks like we got some tappity tap competition going on. So if you want to give yourself carpal tunnel, feel free to tap. The ambitious of people in this channel go buy themselves auto tappers on Amazon. Oh, man. Gritty Wisdom signed up for the AI Salon, but needs to do my intro. Gritty Wisdom, you have 2 hours starting right now. Go write your intro. It's not like you're going to learn anything from me. I feel like this is like, 2 hours of me rambling and 15 minutes of education every night. Lately, I've been rambling. You know what's going on is I just think that I think we're in a weird fucking lull. And who was I talking to today? Oh, Jim Ross. Jim Ross from 3 Mile Storage, because we had an AI office hours on LinkedIn today. And Jim Ross was there. I was like, Jim, what are you innovating in AI? It's like I haven't been doing shit for like the past month. I don't think he said shit, but he's a polite man. He's a professional as opposed to myself. And I said, yeah, I'm the same way. Like there hasn't been much. In fact, the tarot card, the tarot deck reinvention from last night was the first thing that I did where I was that I've done anything that has sort of lasted longer than the moment I'm doing it in. And that was pretty cool. I actually had a good interaction with Pi this morning. It was good until it wasn't. I'll talk about that too. But what we're going to do tonight is I'm going to build a GPT. And I'm going to build so this is going to be, we're going to do kind of a deep dive, and this is going to get boring. So take a nap, put on Judge Judy, whatever. Is Judge Judy still on? How fucking old am I? I'm really fucking old. Things got exciting for me. I demoed a custom Copilot to the marketing team at my work today. Gritty Wisdom. That's fucking huge. Okay, so follow Gritty Wisdom's lead here. Here's my my tried and true recipe for AI. I was gonna say AI literacy, but none of us are AI literate right now because it's just shit's changing too fast. We can be more AI literate. The thing to do right now is just play with the tools. Just like show up to shit like this, join the AI Salon, find people that are playing with AI, and just be in the conversation. Build shit, solve problems, do all that. But the most important thing of all this is talk about what you're doing. Talk about it out loud. Like, post shit. I think I went a little far with posting shit about AI on LinkedIn because someone that's known me for, 20 years asked my co-founder the other day, does Kyle still work for Storyvine? I'm the CEO. So I've maybe been going a little overboard with the AI stuff, but that's okay. I would rather err on the side of that because I think it's actually important. And it's funny, one of our board members called Monique today, my co-founder, and said, I just sat in on this big innovation summit thing, and someone demoed their video AI stuff, and he goes, your stuff's way better. Like, thanks. Yeah, we know. Like, we know it doesn't suck. We've been doing this for a while, but so it's good. But that thing you're doing, like demoing it for people at work, demoing it, just talking about it at work. Because what'll happen is if you're at one of those places where you're like, well, I can't even talk about it at work because it's banned. We're not allowed to use AI. Talk about what you did on the weekend. Talk about the kids' book you made. Talk about the peanut butter cookie recipe you invented. Talk about you used Sin City Sipper and came up with 50 drink recipes for your Super Bowl party based on the booze you had in your cupboard. Someone reached out to me and told me he did that, right? Cool, fun stuff. I keep getting messages from TikTok to tell me to say hi to you. It's been a while. Hi, Becky Roo. Well, good for TikTok. Look at TikTok just connecting us like old pals. It has been a while, but good to see you. I see you on TikTok every now and again, so I don't feel like, and I certainly see you in here. But thank you for saying hi. I don't feel disconnected from you. I'm talking with everyone. Uber drivers. This is good. This woman works. I'm talking with everyone. Uber drivers, coworkers, Home Depot people, my doctor, and others. Yes, that's it. And why is that? Why? Because right now, very few people are actually using these tools. Very few. It's somewhere in the neighborhood. I'm going to say at this point, it's probably like 75% or more. Somewhere between 75 and 82%. It was 82% back in November. Have not used ChatGPT. Not only haven't made images and haven't done this, haven't even used ChatGPT. Like, write me a poem about a wet dog. And these tools are getting way more powerful very, very quickly. Did you remember your laptop? Yes, I did. I am all set up as if I were a professional. These tools are getting way more powerful, way more quickly. And there's evidence that things are starting to happen. And one of the big ones for me was when OpenAI announced Sora, their video model. I think it was 3 or 4 days after that. There was a big story in Variety, the Hollywood rag, that Tyler Perry canceled an $800 million studio extension after seeing Sora, after seeing that video model. I did an Oscar pool with AI for work today. Oh, that's a perfect. That's, you know what, J. Winston Welsh. That's a perfect use of AI, right? Use it to do the Oscar ballots, right? Perfect use, because everyone's like, oh, that's kind of cool. How did you do that so quickly? Did you download it off the internet? No, I just wrote it up for you. I use ChatGPT. Oh, you can do that? Oh, I didn't know it could do. I thought its latest information was 1927. I told my doctor I uploaded Bloodwork into AI. He's fascinated over its responses. Oh, that's fascinating. Did he did he laugh at it, or was he like, oh, that knows as much as I do? That's pretty curious. That's super cool. So talk about this stuff, because here's what's going to happen. There's going to be, I don't know, there's going to be a dozen more high-profile stories, or 20, or 50, it doesn't really matter, where AI changes something, like changes it dramatically. So for me, Tyler Perry was the first one. That was like the first shoe to drop. And there's like, I'm seeing like little slivers of the 42,000 tech workers laid off, some high percentage is attributed to AI. You start to see little things like that. But what's going to happen is it's going to become apparent to a lot of people, oh shit, I got to get my shit together. Oh shit, AI's coming, right? We're not there yet. But there's rumblings. I can feel the earth rumbling a bit. And I think it's going to be this year. There's going to be either a GPT-5 drops, or like a sexier version of Gemini, or Sora, or just something. Like, we don't know. Apple, June is not that far away, and Apple's going to drop a 10 to 100 time improved version of Siri. I saw a tweet yesterday, I think, from the Siri product manager at Apple, who said, short term, Siri's going to get way better. Long term, Siri's going to get amazing. Some version of that. Hell, I was laying on an ER gurney talking with the nurses about AI a few weeks ago. Jim Ross had a great chat. I hope you're okay. Well, I saw you today, so hey Siri, go away. Go away.
I found this. Okay.
You can't talk about her. She gets very jealous. You probably already talked about Nvidia. No, what the fuck happened with Nvidia? Which, you mean them hitting their fourth quarter earnings? Or their CEO saying that you don't need to learn coding anymore? that telling your kids to learn to code is no longer what you should be doing? Which Nvidia story? Yeah, 3 Mile Storage is Jim Ross. I just outed you, Jim. In crypto land, I just doxed you, buddy. You're doxed. You're out of there. I'll tell you where he lives. I'll tell you the address of everyone one of his self-storage units. Don't look in unit 427. Just don't go. Just don't look in unit 427. I think everybody knows that. Jim told us today he goes to Vegas once a month. What do you think that's about? It's unit 427. But we don't talk about that. We certainly don't talk about that in a public forum. It's coffee, by the way. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock at night and I'm drinking coffee. I ChatGPT'd a marketing plan for a beachside sunglasses vendor today. That's awesome. He couldn't get away. He's like, lady, I got other customers. You're like, I don't see any other customers. Here, look what else it does. Oh my goodness. Wait, what was that? Well, why is AI not been shut down due to copyright infringement? It clearly has trained on others' rights. So what you're asking, Merlin, is a great question with a Not great answer. When AI models are trained, when the stuff goes through the training set, it ceases to exist in its current form. One of the misconceptions about ChatGPT and the image diffusion models and things like that is that they're copying and pasting other people's work. And it's simply not the case. It's more like the equivalent of, the G in GPT stands for generative. This stuff's being generated. And the nature of how it works, when you see something that, resembles something someone else did, it may resemble it, but it resembles it kind of like if I went to art school for 4 years and studied nothing but pop art and Keith Haring and Andy Warhol and all that sort of shit, and I came out of art school and all of my work was influenced by that, some of it would probably look like that. It's more akin to that. And there's another metaphor might be, these things turn into what are called vectors. They're like mathematical points in space. And then the diffusion models are a bunch of highly noised images that were tagged with words about what was on those images when they originally created. And they exist as sort of these noise images. And when you do a search, it filters out all the words that are not relevant, finds images that are tagged, and it averages them all together in a single noised image and just denoises that with the same algorithm that noised all the original images. It literally doesn't know what it's creating. That said, a lot of these things have been trained on stuff that's been copywritten. At the core of the New York Times lawsuit is, you trained up on all of our stuff. If you listen to Sam Altman's response at Davos, it's really interesting. He says, the reason we were cutting a deal with the New York Times wasn't about the training data. We don't need the New York Times for training data. It was for when people do a search, we wanted to be able to search the New York Times database and pull it up as citations and give them a branded thing. And we wanted to pay for that. But he said the training data, he goes, there's so much data in these models that how did the metaphor he used was, if you're trying to learn high school level biology, after the third book, the books get less and less relevant, right? If you've learned biology from 2,000 books, the 2001st book isn't all that interesting. He said the other problem with training on the New York Times is, even if they trained on the New York Times data at newyorktimes.com, which I don't know if they did, but even if they did, how many times have New York Times articles been copy and pasted out on the internet, or sections of them out into articles? Like millions. They have no way of stopping that, right? So think of the training sets of these large language models and of the image generation models and things like that are more akin to a library or a museum where we're taking the collective output of humanity and putting it in a model that we all get to collaborate with. Now, is that fair to someone? It might not be. Is there a way to easily track? If I take this little grain of sugar and I toss it in a bowl and put a bunch of other sugar in it and flour in it and butter and eggs and stuff, and I stir it up and I stick it in the oven and it bakes it into a cake, and that cake comes out, can I find that grain of sugar again? And then how much is that grain of sugar worth? Like, that's the kind of minutia that we're talking about here. So there's not a good answer for it. The companies haven't been shut down, I don't think, because it's a very gray area. And there is a massive benefit to humanity argument here. And there's a really difficult technical argument here for those, claiming copyright, like the Sarah Silverman, all the people that were suing Midjourney, or not Midjourney. Was it Midjourney? No, it was OpenAI and Google, whoever the hell they were suing. I think 4 out of 5 of their cases got thrown out of court already because they can't prove that, you can write a clever prompt to get it to give you something very close to what Sarah Silverman wrote, but it's not copying and pasting from her work, and that's relatively easy to prove. So I don't know. Listen, I understand the anger, I understand the rage. What I would strongly encourage you to do is get educated on how these models work. And I would get AI literate. I'd start using them. Because here's the thing that you're going to be able to do. I'm fairly confident on. Adobe is already building this system. What Adobe's done, which I think is a more responsible way to do this, is they trained their image models on public domain images and images that they owned outright for Adobe stock. And then they're allowing artists to opt out or opt into being a part of the Adobe training set. And then if you opt into it, they're figuring out ways to do attribution and compensation. And I think what that's going to look like is, rather than trying to track, was your model used on the output side, which is the way copyright law is right now. You produce all this work and people go, you stole my shit, I'm going to sue you. I think what Adobe's going to do is say, if you've got an official model in the Adobe system, you get paid on the generation side. So if someone wants to use a Kyle Shannon branded photography model for photographs that I took, they can select my name and say, I want to create an image based on this model, and it's my official model, and Adobe will allow me to have attribution and get compensated for that. It's not there yet, but they're talking about that. And I see that being a really big business. So rather than fighting on the scraps on the output side, as we're moving into a world of infinite content generation, get educated about how the models actually work and get involved in projects where you get attribution on the input side, on the generation side. Isn't the analogy like a doctor? They read books and they train, they make a diagnosis, ChatGPT. It's very much like that. It's these things are modeled after the way our brains work. They're a much more simplified version of the way our brains work, but they're not dissimilar. Go listen to Jeffrey Hinton, who's called the grandfather of AI. His most recent talk, he talks about this. He says, large language models are intelligent in a very similar way to the way humans are intelligent. How do you think AI will impact healthcare? Thoughts? I think it's going to be profound, and really dramatic, but I think healthcare, anywhere where you've got human lives at stake are going to move way slower. Healthcare moves incredibly slow. So if you're talking about things like treatment and virtual nursing and virtual therapy and virtual support in that kind of way, I think that's going to go slower. I think you're always going to have humans in the loop there. Where I think healthcare is going to accelerate dramatically is on the research side, right? So you've got AlphaFold from DeepMind predicted 400,000 protein folding things, but I don't know. Apparently, they take a lot of compute power to figure out how the fuck proteins are going to fold. It's really complicated. Our bodies suck. They're really complicated. And DeepMind from Google, they created this thing called AlphaFold, and it just predicted 400,000 of these things, and just bloop. They're proving to be right, or very, very close to it. Very, very high predictability score. DeepMind followed that up with creating, this isn't in healthcare, but some of it will affect healthcare, about 2 months ago, they put out a paper in Nature magazine. They invented 2.2 million new materials, of which 380,000 were stable crystals, which I don't know shit about material science, but what I do know is when you say things like stable crystals, you start thinking of things like battery technology and, energy transmission and, room temperature superconductors, which, by the way, looks like there were some breakthroughs in that. To put the 380,000 new stable crystals into perspective, human beings up to that point had discovered 22,000. And then human beings plus computer models, computer simulations, or computer whatever analysis, discovered another 44,000. So you had 66,000 known stable crystals for all of humanity. And DeepMind just dumped 380,000 onto that world overnight. So I think the impacts on healthcare, like once we can use AI to do things like completely decode the genome and how all this shit works and how disease works and how it's vulnerable and susceptible. Once you start to crack the nut of single diseases, just dominoes are going to start to fall. Is it true that you can get thinking images from brain scans? Yes. This made the news a lot more about 6 months ago, but I assume things are still going on. So down in the University of Texas in Austin, they were doing fMRI scans of people that were watching video, and then they took those scans and recreated the video. They took scans of brain patterns of people watching video, and they recreated them after training them on the data set. They also did that with images. I think they did it with images in real time. They also did, there's a guy in Italy, paraplegic, motorcycle accident, lost the use of his legs. They did an fMRI scan. This is fucking insane. Told him to think about moving his legs. So they were fMRI scanning him. He would think about moving his legs. So they trained the model on that. And then sent the signals from electrodes in his brain, Bluetoothed them around his injury to electrodes that were in his lower spine connected to the nerves in his legs. And now he's walking. So yeah, I think everything from vision to hearing to brain injury to congenital diseases, all that sort of stuff is going to be impacted really, really dramatically. I do think that anywhere where you've got human lives at stake, it's going to move slower, right? So airplanes, air traffic control. We're going to want humans in the room. Doctors, surgeries. I mean, they've had robotic surgery now since I was young, right? 20, 30, 40 years. Now with AI assists, it's getting really, really, really good. If you look at what they're doing with drones flying around are getting really good. So AI assisted robotic surgery is going to be, going to be big, massive. So yeah, so I think it's going to be big. Here's another thing where I think healthcare is going to be dramatically impacted. So Google, when they released Gemini, they released 3 models. Gemini Ultra, which is the big daddy. We haven't really we can play with it now, but it's not the fancy one. Google Pro and Google Nano. Google Nano is designed to live on to function on mobile devices without an internet connection. Anthropic, Claude, they just released 3 different models of Claude. The smallest one is called Haiku. That's designed to run locally on not super powerful devices. Can't wait for AI to help to defeat cancer. No shit. I'm in the Lyme disease camp. I'm ready for it to cure fucking Lyme disease. I have two sons upstairs that are fucking just devastated by that fucking disease. Because it's not one disease, it's like 12. So yeah. But anyway, so and then Apple, all of their new silicon, the M1, M2, and M3 chips, all have pretty significant machine learning capabilities, and they're developing the software to be able to run shit on it. So I think what you're going to see is Siri is likely going to get really, really good. My guess is a lot of her processing is going to happen locally on your device. So imagine having something that it's as capable as GPT-3, maybe even GPT-4, that can just run locally on a phone without connection to the rest of the world and go anywhere in the world that doesn't have high-quality medical care, high-quality medical education, and just all of a sudden on that device is all the diagnosis stuff. The stuff that Becky was talking about earlier. I uploaded my blood chart to this thing and had AI do it. Imagine being able to do that anywhere in the fucking world, even without internet connection. And obesity. Yes, exactly. So I think it's going to be massive. But it's... why I'm so passionate about this, why I keep coming to these things, it's not just going to be the medical field. It's going to be every field. That material science thing I talked about, it's going to be every field. It's going to be mathematics. It's going to be science. It's going to be consulting. It's going to be art. It's going to be filmmaking. It's going to be music composition. It's going to be music production. It's going to be live performance. It's going to be dramatically impacted by this stuff. All of it. Everything. Anything that's at all computer mediated is going to be transformed in the next 5 years. Like transformed. Like we won't do it the same way we used to. And a lot of the bad press right now with AI is the fear of that change, right? Going to take our jobs. The AI, the robots are going to do our jobs. What are we going to do? It's going to take our jobs. It's going to take some, and it's going to generate a lot. It's going to generate a lot of jobs. What are they? I have no fucking idea. But I know, I know because I started one of the early digital agencies. Like I know the world of advertising agencies. What I can promise you is that the way advertising agencies do what they do is going to transform dramatically. Pate, I'm jazzed about our dystopian future. It's so true, he is. I think any agency that doesn't get real serious about reinventing their business model is going to be in trouble. Any agency. And I'll tell you specifically what I mean. In the ad business, how you make your money is the billable hour. So the longer people work, the more money you make. From the holding companies down, that's the business model. That's how, when holding companies buy agencies, I sold my agency to Omnicom, so I know this from firsthand. They do what's called an earn-out, and the earn-out is based on if you make $1 of revenue, we'll pay you $4. And we'll do that for the next 5 years. So go make as much money as you can. Go acquire companies, go grow your revenue. And so it is built into the structure, like at the DNA level of holding companies and ad agencies, is sell more billable hours. And along comes a technology that says, oh, that thing that used to take you 2 weeks, I can now do that in an hour. With a human sitting there, editing it and making it good. I can do it in 5 minutes and have it suck, but I can do it in an hour and have it be good. What happens to the rest of those billable hours? What happens to that ad agency that has no incentive to not have 50 junior copywriters sitting in a bullpen writing social media copy? When a little shitty, snot-nosed 10-person agency comes along and says to the big company, we'll do it for half the price, 3 times as fast, and just as good or better, and we'll do the first month for free. What's the big company do? They can't just turn around and do that. They don't know how. And they don't have any incentive to do it. It's one of the reasons Google's kind of fucked right now. I saw an article on LinkedIn today where someone was talking about, why hasn't Google innovated? Why are they so far behind on this stuff? Why haven't they innovated? They haven't innovated because they didn't have to. They had an effective monopoly. Search was search and that was it. And you did it the Google way, or you just go fuck yourself. And they did it for more than a decade, like in the 90+% of search. So they have no incentive to innovate, and they are structurally incapacitated because they optimized for printing money, having an effective monopoly. And then along comes shitty little Sam Altman. He's like, oh, Microsoft likes us. They gave us $1 billion. Here's this thing called ChatGPT. Yay! And 100 million people used ChatGPT in the first 6 weeks. And Google, I think it was called a red alert. Google went into red alert. They brought back Sergey Brin and Larry Page. Guys, come back. You're head of AI. Help! Google fucking invented the transformer. The T in GPT, not sure if you knew this, stands for transformer that Google invented. This is absolutely one of those, I can't believe we're losing to these guys situations. That is my exec Kevin McAllister moment. Super excited. I don't know which one I said, but that's super cool. So Google's kind of screwed because their whole business model, the entire business model, is based on making you click as many times as possible after you search. Search, here's all the results. Click, 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 click. Comparing all of Google to one model. No, that's not fair, Pate. It's not a single model within Google, but it's the large majority of it is advertising revenue. Unlike Microsoft, Google can't fall back on massive software sales they probably have some decent cloud services, but it's dwarfed by advertising, right? So the bulk of the revenue comes from getting you to click more on websites, right? Click, click, click. Every time you click, money goes in their pocket. Having a tool that just gives you the answer fucks that up. Fucks it up bad. Am I jaded thinking we will never get all of these amazing things because capitalism says no? I was super optimistic about the internet in 1994. So much so that I got this obsessive with, World Wide Web development back then. I started one of the first digital agencies, so I know it. And the early days of the internet were really really amazing. Because it was open and anyone could do it, and it was not consolidated. And then over the years, that changed, right? It became Here's how we do banners. Here's how we do websites. Everything got templatized. All the creativity got bled out of it. Companies like Google and Facebook and Twitter emerge as the sort of big three logos that represent most of the internet traffic. I actually think that Meta right now, this is kind of weird and ironic, and it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Llama 3. I think Meta open sourcing Llama 2 commercially makes it much more likely that we're all going to get to play with very powerful AI for a long, long time. That it won't consolidate down into 3 companies. What capitalism says is it will, right? What capitalism says is it will consolidate into 3 companies 20, 30 years from now. But I think this AI stuff's going to fuck up I think it's gonna fundamentally alter where the power is in the economic drivers of society. And so I think there's going to be a massive battle where the centers of power are do everything they fucking can to resist losing control, not to AI, but to people using AI to fuck with. Like what I said about the advertising holding companies, billions and billions of dollars, right? Billions and billions of dollars. If they resist what's coming too long, they're going to get upended. That whole industry is just going to get turned into total chaos. And I think that happens in every industry on probably different timelines. But this is not like slight little changes. It's like your fundamental core business model gets flipped upside down. So they're going to resist this shit hard. They're going to try to shut some shit down. But if you've got open source models that are GPT-4 strong, GPT-5 strong, you can't put that genie back in the bottle. But didn't Microsoft jump the AI train to reinvigorate their software model that was stagnated? Yeah, they absolutely did. And what it allows Microsoft to do is, and the CEO of Microsoft said this, what it allows Microsoft to do is lose money on Copilot. They don't have to charge for it. They can put it out there. Get people to use that. Try to take, I forget what it was, every point of share that they gain from Microsoft in search is worth like $2 billion to them a year, something like that. Google is the 5th iteration of AI specific hardware. Remember that. They're invested. I don't disagree that Google is probably technically superior on a lot of this. I'm just saying from a business model perspective, unraveling the structures that have been put in place over the last 10 or 15 years, having an effective monopoly, isn't going to happen overnight. And a company like OpenAI that's got 800 employees can turn on a fucking dime. Like that's where Google's kind of fucked right now. Sans capitalism, we'd still have horses instead of cars. Yeah, so Big Boy Pants, good name for this discussion. This is Big Boy Pants kind of shit going on. This is the whole point that Sam Altman said, that he now has emails that says Elon Musk clearly understands that they couldn't raise enough money as a nonprofit to build the AI that they need to build. If they want to get to AGI, they need buckets of money. Sam Altman right now is trying to raise $5 to $7 trillion in capital. Hey, brother, can you spare $1 trillion? $5 to $7 trillion for software? No. To build a chip manufacturing industry that would dwarf Nvidia. Because we need that much compute power. And if you watch the recent interview with the Nvidia CEO, he agrees. We need as much compute power as we can possibly, we need more than we can imagine. So yeah, we need capitalism to do this. I think that the meta thing will balance it out to keep it from going to just a few. Like the concern that Elon Musk has, which I think is valid, is if the most powerful AI are trapped inside 2 or 3 companies, they can just effectively take over the world. And that's the fear. But by Meta open sourcing their foundational models, and apparently what they're training Llama 3 on is fucking insane, like 600,000 GPUs, which probably doesn't mean much, but put it in perspective for you. Inflection, so Pi, the thing that we're going to play with tonight, if I don't talk for fucking 4 hours, they raised $1.2 billion and are spending $995 million of that on 22,000 H100 GPUs. 22,000. Meta is training Llama 3 on the equivalent of 600,000. It's like a $22 billion investment just in compute to train Llama 3 that they claim they're going to open source. So that's going to be a GPT-5 or 4.5 or 5 or 6, who knows, level model that they're going to open source. Can we have some Frank as a palate cleanser from the serious grown-up talk? And I think that's a lovely idea. If you don't know who Frank is, there's Frank. So Frank is a is a brand new media channel you can find on Elon Musk's cute little chat service there called X. So if you go to at Daily Jank on Twitter, formerly known as X, or X, formerly known as Twitter, you see Frank. And Frank, he's a newsman. He's a good newsman. I like him. Add an existing account. Daily Jank. Let's see. Do I have it in here? Daily Jank. Yes, I do. Boom. Ba-da-ba-boom, ba-da-ba-bum, ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-bum. So here's the Daily Jank with Frank. Frank is an awesome news wiener. And so he does daily. So here's Frank's.
Yeah, welcome to the Daily Jank with Frank. It's March 8th, 2024. It's a Friday. I'm Frank. Well, what went on in a week of AI? Oh, it's quite a bit, I'll tell you that right now. So here's one I didn't talk about before. Midjourney, it's this image generation thing. Makes all the pretty pictures. Anyway, last Saturday night, a bunch of people from competitor Stability AI sneak into their servers and get fucking busted. They caught them all. So now they're all banned and they can't use it and everybody's going boo-hoo. So they're kind of fighting. Then you got Elon Musk fighting with Sam Altman. We talked about that a lot. And then you got the different models going. You got your OpenAI, right? The ChatGPT 4. Then you got this Anthropic when you come up with Claude 3. Claude 3 is apparently all AI over here. This thing's really exciting. And then yesterday, Pi comes out and they're like, well, we got one that's as good as ChatGPT 4 too. So nobody knows what's going on. everybody's going, where's ChatGPT 5? Where's GPT 5? We want to see GPT 5. And Sam Altman's like, yeah, whatever. Anyway, that's what's going on in AI for the week. Hope you're well. This has been the Daily Jank with Frank. See you soon.
All right, so go follow the Daily Jank on the Twitter and get your daily news from fucking hot dog. You see what's happening here, people? You see what's happening here? Thank you, Silver Fox. Oh, so the Daily Jank, Daily Jank, if you don't know the history of Frank, so one night I came into the live and someone said, have you played with Adobe Express's new Animate from Audio tool? And I'm like, I don't know what that is. And so we went and played with it. And the first dude we did was this little pencil. We've called him Farber because I thought that's what the pencils were called, is Faber-Castell. And then Vicky told me it's Faber-Castell, but whatever. His name's Farber now. But he's Frank's number 2. Get it? And then, so he's really dull. And so we did him first. And then I did the original Frank video. Where do I have the original Frank video? Do I have it here in his channel? Hang on. I might have it in his channel. Elon goes after Sammy.
And hey, how's it going?
No, that's not the original one. I should probably put the original one up here. Let me see. Let me see if I can go find it. Where do I have it? Because the original one's really fucking stupid. Yeah, this is a good palate cleanser from all that. Is AI gonna save us or kill us talk? That's not him. There's that. There's that. Frank, where are you? Was he this long ago? I don't think he was. I must not have him on LinkedIn. Oh, ADD. What are we going to do with you? Let's see. Do I have him? Oh, I know where I have him. I've got him in express.adobe.com. And then we're going to go to animate with audio. And then, where's your stuff? Come on. This is it. Rutro. Kyle, YouTube. Oh, right, I put it up on YouTube. But I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. All right, here's the original Frank. This is the thing that set it all up. So the way this works, the way you do this Adobe Express thing, you just record audio. You pick a character, you pick a background, and then you record audio, and it syncs the lips up, and it does all the animation. So you don't have to animate; you just talk. So I just did one of my stupid fucking voices, and then this was the thing that turned into, we should turn this into a news show.
So I come down to the field to play the game, and they're like, hey, Frank, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm here for the game. They're like, Frank, it's Thursday. There's no game today. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. There's no game today. I'm ready for the game. They're like, Frank, you look fucking delicious. I'm like, hey, back up. Hey, whoa, fella. Get your hands off my bun. Oh, my goodness. So I leave. I go down to the Piggly Wiggly there. I get myself a soda. I come back. They're like, Frank, we got an issue. It's like, what's that? It's like, Tommy's here. Oh, okay. What do you mean Tommy's here? Yeah, Tommy's here. What's going on with Tommy? Tommy's hungry. Oh, no. No, Frank, it's gonna be okay. It's not gonna be okay. You know, Tommy doesn't stop at fucking eating. Oh, Tommy, no, oh God.
That's Frank. That was Frank's final day. This is always a good laugh. Thank you, Kyle. You're welcome, Digital Danny. So anyway, Frank has now turned into a media empire. Wait, are we making a GPT of tarot cards today? Yes, we are, Jane Doe. This was the hour-long hello. All right, let's go build some shit. Okay. So here's what happened. Yesterday, Inflection, the company behind Pi, launched a new version of their large language model called 2.5. Inflection 2.5. And claimed it was better than GPT-4. So I tested it yesterday, and we did 2 tests, and one of the now is here. I'm going to the Salon.ai, and if you go there, that's going to take you to a link tree, and you click on the top link, and that will take you to this here site, which is the AI Salon. Oh, damn it. TikTok just made me prove I was human. So this is the AI Salon site. And if you're new here, if you want to join it, it doesn't cost anything. Please do me a favor. Read about who we are, why we do what we do, and what our values are. Really important. I love how Kyle's brain goes, pivot. That's it. It's like, we're going. Fuck it, let's move. So go check that stuff out, and then join. And my request would be the first thing I'd like you to do if you decide to join the Salon is in the community section. The first link is introduce yourself. So go to introduce yourself and introduce yourself. And then was it in Water Cooler? Yeah. So I created this article of this thing that happened last night using Pi. So the first thing I asked it when I found out it was upgraded to 2.5 is I thought, what is the most nonsensical thing I can ask it that, it shouldn't be able to solve? And so I said, how would Alexander Hamilton reimagine government using the concepts of quantum mechanics? What did I say? Incorporate the theory of quantum. If Alexander Hamilton were to incorporate the theory of quantum mechanics into a governance system, how would it be different than what he created for America? And then it told me, and it was pretty good. And I said, okay, that's pretty smart. So why don't you design it? And so then it came up with quantum legislature, quantum judiciary, quantum executive, and quantum communication. All of these are really good. It was just really good. So that was the first thing I did with it. So I posted that there. And then the next thing I did with it, I just pivoted back to that comment. I just pivoted and said, okay, I want to do something completely different. And what popped in my head was a tarot deck. And I was like, well, what if, what could we somehow do something different with that? And I thought, what if you asked Pi how I use voice number 5. It's a she. She's an Aussie. Here, I'll let you hear her. This is voice number 5. Hey there, I'm with my friends again, and we're talking about the Tarology project that we talked about yesterday and today.
Hello, Kyle. Great to chat with you again, and I'm glad you're discussing the Tarology project with your friends. As a reminder, Tarology is a hypothetical tarot deck that combines traditional tarot symbolism with astrological elements.
So that's what it is. So I asked her, I said, if you were to add 12 cards to the tarot deck, what would they be and why? And not only did she answer it, she answered it really fucking brilliantly. She goes, well, I would create a new minor arcana called the Suit of Orbs, and there'd be a card for each of the astrological symbols, the astrology symbols. And I was like, oh, that's fucking genius. And so we went back and forth last night and asked it some more questions, and it spit out a bunch of stuff that was really good. And then someone on the live, I forget who it was, began with a P and it had a V in it. Pavlov or someone. I said, we got to name it. What's some combination of tarot and astrology? And they came up with Tarology. Tarology. And so I said, I'm going to go make a GPT of that, and then I'll post it somewhere. And someone last night goes, no, make it live here. So the project tonight is we're going to make that GPT. And so, fair warning, this could get boring. And you're like, but Kyle, this channel's already boring. All right, then this could get more boring.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
Because one of the things I've learned in here is if I'm just fucking around, it's fun and kind of engaging. When I actually try to build something, it can get boring because building shit is sometimes boring. So I'm going to try to keep it entertaining and not get too precious about stuff. But I will share something cool with you. So this afternoon, let me go over to Pi so we have it in front of us. Let's get rid of Frank. Pi.ai. Oh, Pi got a fancy new landing page. Woo! Why can I not sign in? Oh, log in. All right, so this morning I woke up thinking about tarology. Can't be as bad as Zapier. Yeah, that. If you want to learn Zapier, you're not going to learn it here. I tried that one night, and I could actually hear here in Denver faces hitting their phone screen, falling asleep as I was doing that. That was bad. So I woke up this morning and I wanted to explore the tarology thing and dig a little bit deeper and look at what it had created and things like that. And so I had her, what's her name? Her name's Z. I forget what it stands for. Z, she told me her name. She made up a name and we nicknamed her Z. So Z, I told her to give me a list of the orb cards for the different tarot signs, and it only went up to Jack. And I realized that a tarot suit has 14 cards, not 13. Zephyr, that was it, Vicky. Oh, you got people that have good brains just always blow me away. Like my brain is interesting, but I wouldn't call it a solid retrieval mechanism. And I realized that there are only 12 zodiac signs and we need 14 cards in a major arcana. Boring. While building is entertaining if you're in the game. Yeah, that's actually a good point, Papa JJ. And so I said to Pi today, I said, we've got a problem here. Yeah. So let me make this bigger. So this was from this morning. So I'm walking around like pre-coffee, like I haven't showered or anything, and I just have my earphone in and I'm talking to Pi. I'm having a Pi conversation today, inventing a whole new tarot deck. And so she came up with this. The Ace of Orbs is Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, right? She does all this. And we get up to the Knight of Orbs and I'm like, oh shit, we're missing the King and Queen. And so I said, how many cards are in the minor arcana? There's 14. And then I said, you recommended the Zodiac as an appropriate addition, but there are only 12 of them. How do you reconcile that? Or how do we reconcile that? And just the immediate answer is to reconcile the 12 Zodiac signs with the 14 card structure of the minor arcana. We would include 2 additional cards representing the lunar nodes, which are significant points in astrology where the moon's orbit intersects the Earth's orbit around the sun, the north node and the south node. How fucking cool is that? Like, bang! By adding these 2 cards, we maintain the 14-card structure for the orb suit and broaden the astrological scope of the tarot deck. And so the north node represents mission and growth, and the south node represents past and karma. And then I said, well, you know, this is the Knight of Orbs. This needs to be the Queen of Orbs, and this needs to be the King of Orbs. Excellent point, Kyle. Right? So then it gives me a new list. And so here's our new list. South, oh, we can't. Okay, so now here's, okay. Here's the challenge at hand. In order to create a GPT for this new deck, we need to know what the rules are. We need to know what the look and feel of these cards are. There's a lot we need to know. So I got some of that work done. So part of what I'm about to do is embrace the jank. And there's parts of this conversation that are really, really good and we want to keep. There's parts of this conversation that are trash and we want to throw out. And so how do you do that? Well, how I do that is actually just really shitty. I just use notes. So here's notes. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and forth between this. God damn it. Embrace the jank, embrace the jank, embrace the jank. These fucking tools suck. Is this it? I think so. Okay, how do I go up? Okay, copy. Okay, so we're going to copy there. We're going to come over here. We're going to paste. And we're going to paste with retain style. Select all, paste. And we're going to change those all to... we'll change those to body. Fuck it. Okay. Oh, I see. I've got it really big. Okay. I've got it big so you can see it. Because I care about you. I care about you all. So, okay. So here's the plan. Plan is I'm going to go get what's good from Pi and put it in a relatively good order here. And then I'm going to either save it as a PDF or just copy and paste it. And I'm going to go to Claude. Now, why I'm going to go to Claude is because Claude just got a new version that they're claiming is better than GPT-4. But what Claude's got that GPT-4 doesn't is Claude, the new big fat Claude, Opus, has a 200,000 token context window. So we can take a big ass long thing out of Pi, paste it over there, and we can fill it in. Those are all minor arcana. You're missing the major arcana, which starts with a Fool. Yeah, no, this is just so that the list that I just copied, this is a new minor arcana that are going to be augmented to the existing tarot deck. So we're going from a 78 card tarot deck to a 92 card tarot deck that's got this new minor arcana in it. And so what we've got to go do is we've got to go get all of the good stuff from this conversation and move it over there. Then we're going to take that over to Claude, and we're going to have Claude fill in any gaps and give us sort of a complete rule set. And then we're going to take that, and that's what we're going to build the GPT out of. So that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to start at the beginning and just kind of, okay, so here's quantum legislature. So all right, let's start fresh. I said our government was a steaming pile of dog poo. I think that's being kind. And then I said, okay, let's change gears. Why are there the number of tarot cards there are? It explains that. I says, if you were to add a dozen more cards to the tarot deck, what would be your justification? How would you organize them, and what would they be? If I were to add 12 more cards to the tarot deck, I'd call them orbs. Each suit would depict a different astrological sign. Archaeological. Organization-wise, the orbs follow suit would be structured as the other minor arcana suits, with cards numbered from 1 to 0 and 4 court cards, page, knight, queen, and king. They would maintain the consistency of the deck while adding unique things. Okay, so we're going to grab this description. We don't need the stupid fucking emojis. And we're going to go to, the fact I can't hold down the shift key and select this stuff. A new suit called orbs. Okay, copy. So we're going to go over here. We're going to paste that in. So we're going to say, I am creating a new expanded she came up with a really good, so I've got a really good description of it. Hang on, I got to scroll to the bottom. This is, okay, so seriously, what I'm doing right now, if you haven't played with AI, so one of the brilliant things about Pi is it's conversational. So I can just literally be talking to it, and it's taking notes of what I said and what it said, and right? But conversation is messy, and and so shit's all over the place. So part of the art of AI is sifting through the shit you generated, right? Because some of it's just awful, and then some of it's really good. And so one of the misconceptions about AI is you push a button and stuff comes out. And then people are like, oh, but it's not good. That's not the way it works. In general, what you're doing is you're kind of going back and forth with these tools, doing some sort of collaborative stuff, getting your idea or your head around the idea that it came up with. I would love to see this deck come into existence. So Mary, you'll see. So one of the things that I did was I talked about launching this as a Kickstarter. And I talked about this in my office hours today, that this is one of the challenges of AI is because it's so good at taking an idea from a brain fart to an execution, is that you can, in about an hour, go from, hey, here's a stupid idea, to, holy shit, this is now a business I got to deal with. And it's like, how far do I want to take it? So what I'm going to start with is with the GPT, but what I'm going to, if I can get to it, and maybe this will sort of expand into tomorrow, is I want to create the artwork for these new cards. And then that becomes a question. Do you just create an augmentation to existing tarot cards and you just add a new 12 cards, or do you do a whole new deck called the Tarology deck? In fact, while I'm at it, why don't we go to Do 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 do. He's really annoying when he sings like that. Doesn't anyone complain? Oh, people complain a lot. What's going on here? Sign in. Why is this not signing in? Oh, it did. Fine. Search domains. Search domains. Search the domains. Tarologydeck.com. What is going on? Continue. One item. Oh. Looks good. Keep going. Wait, what did I just do? Fucking. I don't want domain protection. Fucking GoDaddy. Everything is a goddamn marketing upsell. Just give me a domain. Okay. Here's part of my job here is I'm here to voice the frustration we all flip and feel. There's a movie and a book called Tarology. Yeah, the book called Tarology, I asked Pi about that. So I think we're okay. We'll just grab it. It may be irresponsible. The book is not has nothing to do with this. So I think we're okay. Pi and I had a conversation about this today. Use more ways to pay. Why can I not pay with my PayPal balance? Whatever. Order summary. Ordered. All right. So we got a website. Okay. Welcome to Chat ADD. Now, where was I? Where is my... I need... Where's Pi? Did I lose my site? Oh, did I just do it here? Probably. Pi.ai. Okay. We're back. Oh, so I wanted to go, okay. Do. This got really weird. She was doing really good for a while, and then she just decided to not be able to talk to me about it anymore. That was weird. I'll talk about that in a second. I'm bound by my programming. Yeah, this was very frustrating. She went full jank on me. Here's the Kickstarter. I asked her to help me do Kickstarter. We'll come back to that. Okay, that's the design. What I'm trying to find, the book Tarology by Enrique Enriquez was published in 2018. Despite the shared name, the book focuses on the poetic and philosophical exploration of the Tarot de Marseille rather than introducing new cards. So, all right. She says she doesn't think there's a trademark issue. The domain appears to be taken, but it wasn't. I just got it. Tarology. Intertwining tarot and astrology. Tarology. Interweaving tarot divination and astrological wisdom. Here we go. Okay. So that's the title and whatever subhead of this here thing. Title elegantly communicates blending the tarot's divination tradition with astrology's cosmic knowledge, creating a rich tapestry of insight. Rich tapestry. It's so fucking AI. A rich tapestry. The subhead elegantly communicates the blending of tarot's divination tradition with astrology's cosmic knowledge. The rich tapestry of insights and guidance, the transcendence of the boundaries of conventional decks. All right, that's good enough. All right, let's go back to notes. I'm creating a new expanded I'll just call it a tarot deck for now. Deck that adds a new minor arcana based on astrology. The deck is called, and then I'll pop that thing in, Tarology. The subtitle is, all right, interweaving tarot divination with astrological wisdom. Might not be perfect, but that's okay. We at least get, we can at least get Claude up to speed on what this is. Because what I need to do is I need to capture enough of what we generated to get Claude to understand it so it can help us fill in the gaps. Anyone have any questions? This is fun to watch. I've been part of the metaphysical community over 20 years. Folks will love this. Oh, thanks, TK. Yeah, I'm really excited about this. My co-founder Monique and I are super into it too. And my wife always talks to the angels, and we do all this stuff, and so even as we're running our business, we'll get tarot readings and talk about how are things going. So we're totally into this. And what's funny about this idea is, again, it was like this wasn't an idea I had, right? I was just trying to do something nonsensical to see how good the new model was. And it actually came up with some cool thing that's like, hey, I would be interested in playing with this, right? In understanding this, and I think that's the way that a lot of innovation is going to happen, because when you're interacting with a large language model, you're essentially collaborating with all of humanity, or as much of humanity as, got their shit put on the internet. They either put it there themselves, or, we uploaded scanned books or whatever it was, right? Just all the stuff on the internet is what you're interacting with. And so when you're doing a mashup like this, you're kind of collaborating with humanity, which is just a wild new kind of thing. Okay. So we're let's see. The addition is a new suit called Orbs to represent a new suit and minor arcana called Orbs. Okay, so there they are. So now let's go back over here and let's figure out what else we need to pull from here. We'll go down through our list. And I know this is kind of painful and shitty and boring right now, but I'll try to keep busy and entertaining. And listen, we can make a dog sing. No, Champy? Guess we can't. Oh, I heard him. Well, I heard there was a secret chord David played and it pleased the Lord. You don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this, the fourth, the fifth, minor fall at a major lift, baffled king composing, hallelujah. He's sleeping. I woke him up. All right, so anyway, back to the boring shit. Work. When you actually have to do work, it gets boring. There's the avocado joke. Oh, that was something different. Hang on. Do. There's Alexander Hamilton. Okay, let's start fresh. Okay, here's where we were. What would be the most powerful cards and why? It got those completely wrong. My apologies. The Orb suit. The Page of Orbs. Okay, that it got wrong. Page of Orbs, Gemini, Sagittarius. This it got wrong, so that's different now. Shuffles the deck. We can have the GPT do that, so we don't need to do that. Here's a new 9-card layout called the Celestial Journey. The present, the past, the future, the spiritual self, the physical self, the challenge, the strength. I think we can come up with new layouts over in Claude or in GPT, but all right, here are the cards I've pulled for each position. Fantastic. I'm thrilled that your friends are impressed, Kyle. This was last night when you guys were like, holy shit, this is really good. Challenge accepted. In the new tarot deck. Okay, so this was this morning, I think. Ace of Orbs, Aries. Okay, this might be good. Please list them in order. Include their rank, the sign, and a brief description of the symbols on the card. Ace of Orbs, Aries. Single. Okay, so let's grab this, because show more. 5 of Orbs, 6, 7, 8, 9. Show more. 10. See, it fucked up the order. Yeah, this is, and it repeated things. But, okay, so how are we going to do this? Let's just do it one at a time. So we'll go Aries. There's a gentle little description. So there's Aries. And then we'll do this as bold, just so we can read it. 2 orbs nestled. And so these descriptions are really important because these become how we make the images, right? So we need the description of the cards, then we need the meaning of the cards, and then we need things like rules for how this shit's going to work when you incorporate these. And then I was thinking we also need, wait, is this still right? Gemini, Cancer. Yeah, this is right. Then we need things like, can you do unique layouts with just the new minor arcana, with just the orbs, right? Can you just do an astrology layouts with the minor arcana? That could be kind of interesting. So it's kind of like inventing a whole new thing. Well, it is. That's what we're doing here, people. We're innovating. Virgo. Is Virgo next? Yes, this is good. Copy. Libra's next. Oh, and by the way, anyone tells you that any of this AI generated shit isn't copyrightable, fuck that. Like, this is a lot of work, right? This is like the whole point of what the Copyright Office said is it's got to have human contribution for it to be good. You could absolutely argue that this was just spit out of Pi's brain, right? Like, I had a conversation with it, it was spit out of the brain. But like, I had the conversation. I'm the one that asked Pi to do this. And then I'm the one that steered the conversation. And I'm the one that's choosing what's shitty and what's not shitty. And then I'm the one copying and pasting this shitty ass shit out of the janky ass tools that exist right now. And then I'm going to stick them in another thing. And then we're going to create some other mess. And then we're going to stick that into GPT. You know what I mean? It's a lot of fucking work. Tell me this was AI generated. I will have words with your senior management. All right. Scorpio is the 8. Is that right? Yes, we're still good here. And there's probably some work to do. We can actually do this when we go over to Claude. There's probably some work here to do here to say, are these in the right order, right? Like, should they be in a different order for some reason? But we'll figure that when we get to it. Capricorn. Copy. Aquarius. And Pisces. And then it started over. Oh, that's what it did, because it needed a queen and a king. So it started over. That's why it repeated shit. Okay. So now, did I just quit this? No. Now I need to go find, my apologies for the oversight. Okay, so the North Node would symbolize the soul's, this card would symbolize the soul's mission, potential, growth, and life's purpose. So that's not really what's on the card, but that's okay. Let's just at least capture. Oops. Because these are new concepts, right? We know what the zodiac things are. These north and south nodes are weird. The expanded orb now includes... would these nodes be the king and queen respectively? Yes. Okay. Upon further reflection, Kyle, I believe that placing lunar nodes as the queen and king of orbs is indeed the most suitable arrangement. Here's why. In traditional tarot, the court's hierarchy typically progresses from page youngest to king to knight, queen, king, and most mature. Assigning the lunar nodes to queen and king maintains this structure, placing them in more mature and influential roles. Balance. The king and queen often represent balance. I mean, this is so astrological significance. The lunar nodes are important. Okay, so let's capture all of this. Considering these factors, I'm confident these are the right ones. Okay, so I got to do this shitty ass thing again. Don't scroll too fast. This is so frustrating. Hang on. Watching an old man try to use a computer. Oh, yeah. So here's what I'm going to do. Note. The queen and king. Oh, wait. This should be the north lunar node. Oops. And the south lunar node. The king and queen of orbs extend beyond the 12 signs of the zodiac. And here is the context for why we added them. And by the way, let me take a little break here for a second. Okay. Why? What makes AI different? If you think about how you would do this, let's say you had this idea in the olden way, in the olden timey days. In the olden timey days, 2022, if we were sitting around and we were like, what would be cool? We did smoked a little doobie, maybe, had a little microdose. It'd be cool. What if you expanded the tarot deck to include astrology? Cool. And then, what does it take for that idea to survive? Well, it takes the high people, one of the high people, remembering it enough to remember it beyond everyone being a high when they thought it was a brilliant idea. And then motivated enough to actually try to understand how they would do that, how you would do it, right? And so if you're super into astrology and into tarot and know all this stuff, you could maybe just pull it out of your head and say, here's how we might do it. But if you didn't, what would you have to do? You'd go to fucking Google. And you'd type in astrology and this and that, and it would take you to 8,000 sites that were trying to sell you their version of a tarot deck or their version of a coaching series on how to give tarot readings, right? And you'd spend 45 minutes or 2 hours or 10 hours or 2 weeks searching and researching, just pulling shit out of sites and just pasting it in places. All to get to this thing that, we're just copying and pasting, right? So what does AI do is it gives you the ability to have these really vapor thin ideas that, like in this case, it was just kind of I was just trying to stump it. I wasn't expecting it to give a good answer. So it wasn't even really an idea. It was just like this vapor thin notion. And then within whatever it was, 10 minutes of going, not even 5 minutes on the live here, people were like, holy shit, this is good. I'm like, holy shit, this is good. And as I'm going through this thing, I'm like this is like the amount of time it would have taken just to block this out, to get it to this point, would be weeks. It's fucking insane. Okay. Enough comedy jokes. Let's keep it moving, people. People are getting bored. They're going to sleep. I can hear the phones hitting their faces. Do you all do that? Where you're like watching TikTok and you're holding your phone above your face in bed and you just drop it on your face? Hey, man, you've been saving text. Wait, what was that? Have I been saving text? Yeah, because wouldn't this suck if I just lost all this? Okay. So here's our updated list. We have that. The final arrangement harmonizes Tarology Expanding Horizons. This is not bad. Let's pull this over here. Maybe the book is called subtitle. Let's see. Marketing blurb. And then I think this is possible book title. Because the other thing I was thinking is, like, this is absolutely a fucking book, right? It's absolutely a GPT. It's absolutely a set of cards. I mean, there's something here. I think we should... I don't know. There's something to play with here. Tarology, Expanding Horizons. That might be the book title. Delve deeper into the cosmic connections between tarot and astrology with this innovative 92 card deck designed to enrich. Designed by the collective output of humanity. Harnessed. Let's see. That was earned. Let's see. Collective output harnessed. Wait. Harnessed with... I'm just going to put generative AI for now. Generative AI. Just to piss people off. Because actually, you know what's really interesting about this? This is kind of the most human of endeavors, right? This is like the most human of endeavors is like the tarot and astrology is like this, just this deeply human, connecting with the universe kind of thing. And I think that the bad rap that AI is getting is that these are cold machines, that they're robots, that the robots are out to get us. And if you understand how they work is like a calculator, which is a cold, non-feeling machine. But the reason that working with these tools is not like working with a cold, unfeeling machine is because what they were trained on was the collective output of humanity, right? So you're collaborating with humanity. So I think we put that right in the description. Okay, let's go back over here and see what else we got. Maybe make it tighter Tarology, explore beyond. I liked what we had before. Discover the universe with tarot through this groundbreaking. That was crap. What's the subhead? Unveiling the cosmic connection. That's bad. How about intertwining? Intertwining. This is okay. That we got. Interweaving. Okay, that was good. Take a look on the internet and see if there's something called tarology. So TMI. This part of the conversation, I hopped in the shower and I just put on Pi. So I was continuing my brainstorming conversation while I was in the shower. That was when I was finding out if I was if someone had already done this. Because what I would have done is if someone had already done this, I just would have stopped, or we'd have just made a GPT or something like that. But I don't want to step on anyone's toes. But that's all right. All right, from the research, it seems that Golden Thread Tarot is modern. No one else has done this. It seems like I misunderstood your question. Is there a website called Tarology? If the likelihood of a trademark. Okay, this was trademark shit. When was the book written? Oh, this was cool. Can you find me 3 different printers to print custom tarot decks? And then it gave it to me. So part of this, I guess, I won't do it now. I'll come back to this and pull it out. But so like there's business stuff in here too, right? Because part of this is a creative exercise, but then part of it's like, well, wait a minute. If I wanted to turn these into actual tarot cards, how would you fucking do that? Well, you'd go to someone that prints tarot cards. Well, you just ask Pi for it, and there they are. So that was pretty cool. Okay, here's a challenge. I want to describe how I might create a design style for the entire deck that's familiar to tarot readers, but also familiar to astrology people. Okay, this is good. Great idea. To create a design style for tarology, we must consider the following approach. Classic tarot structure, astrology-inspired imagery, color palette, borders and typography, art style. Okay, so let's go grab this. Because this will help feed when we want Claude to make us a bunch of prompts, we can use that as a design. Okay, let's scroll to the bottom here. Okay. Oops. I don't want that to be a number. How do I make it not a number? There we go. Design of the deck. How about design, imagery, and structure of the deck? Okay, so we got that. Okay, I'd like to create a design brief for the Tarology deck. Overview. So I had it write a design brief. Let's show all that. I can't shift select that, huh? That is just shitty programming. Janky is as janky does, people. Technical specifications. This gave 2.75 by 4.75. That feels small for tarot, but whatever. I won't put technical specifications in there. Yeah, I will, and I'll just update them. Oh, shit. Okay. I gotta go all the way down. Damn it. Yeah. All right. Okay. Copy. So then we'll do So there's the design brief, overview, design objectives. Beautiful. Okay, we have a design brief now. If I were to write would you recommend creating an exercise or two that uses only the astrology cards? I'm going to come back to that. I didn't like what she came up with. Although at some point I said, let's also come up with a 5-card spread called the Star, with 1 card in the center and 4 around that. I think that's already an existing thing. This deck is coming into existence. Wow, isn't it amazing? I know, it's just amazing. Here's the Star spread. The Star spread invites the querent to examine their issue from multiple angles. Let's grab this. Here's the Star spread. We can figure out if there's something that already exists, but let's just grab it. So this would go design brief, art style. Okay, so we go up here. Unique spreads that only use the orb cards. Only uses the orb cards. All right. And then I think what we got to do is I've got to go in here and put in some subheading, because this is getting hard to read. And none of this shit matters, right? For another, when we toss it into Claude, but it matters for us as we're trying to, as I'm trying to take this ADD vomit of ideas out of Pi and put them into here. It's really easy to get lost. So. And oh, by the way, if you're sitting out there going absolutely fucking crazy, there's an easier way to do this. I don't care. I know. This is like watching an old man use a computer, because it is watching an old man use a computer. This is how we did it in 1995, and that's how I'm going to do it today. I don't care about all your stupid fucking brilliant ideas. There's a tool that would make this much more trivial to... I know! But I'm an old man. Get off my lawn. Okay. There we are. Tarology, the movie. But we're not that far from that. So then I asked it about crowdfunding, and it came up with a whole Kickstarter crowdfunding campaign, which was good. Did a cost analysis. This is one that I wanted to get. If we create a symbol for the back of the cards, what would it be? It came up with 3 good ones. So the celestial mandala. Create a mandala-like design featuring the 12 zodiac signs around a circular pattern, symbolizing unity and harmony. In the center, place the classic tarot symbol, such as a pentagram or Fool's Journey path. Cosmic wheel. Design a circular symbol inspired by the astrological birth chart, with a section representing the zodiac sign. incorporate tarot symbolism, like the 4 suits of the major arcana around the wheel's circumference. And then this was the one I really liked. Duality symbol. Combine the symbols of the sun and the moon, representing the duality found in both tarot and astrology. Add subtle elements of the zodiac signs or planets within the design to reflect the tarology theme. I think I like that. Let's see. So that will go in the little that'll go in the little design area. Design objectives, card illustration guidelines, borders and typography. Let's add it here. We'll add a 5. And we'll say, just paste. Oops. Duality symbol. So let's say, back of the card symbol, duality symbol. Combine this. Okay. All right, there's that. That symbol would do that. Give me a detailed description of the first 3 cards. Oh, okay. So this is where it got really interesting. I wanted it to write me prompts for the designs of the cards, like detailed image prompts. And it did it all the way up until the 9th card. And when I asked it to do the 10th card, its safety guardrails kicked in and it refused to fucking do it anymore. So I got most of the way there. So part of what we need to actually do is go fix this shit. Okay, gotcha. Let's focus on the orb. So Aries. Aries depicts a ram. Okay. So how many do we have? We have 3. What about the next 3? Okay. So there's the first 3. Should I just add these to that existing list? No, I think what we'll do is we'll go to the bottom here and we'll go new subhead. Are we just watching an old man copy and paste? Yeah, that's pretty much what we do around here. Let's see. Card, face, image, prompts. Oops. Rut-row. Paste. Shift, return. Shift, return. Da, 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 da. Okay. And then it did Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. So it was good. It was good through through Virgo. Can't copy and paste right. Virgo. Okay, copy. Go back over here. Go here. Paste. This is annoying. This is annoying. This is really unnecessary. This is one of the problems with ADHD is that you've got this weird combination of complete fucking chaos and then OCD on certain stupid details, like line breaks. Scorpio, Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius. See, I think some of these are shitty. Like 9, it didn't do good. The Sagittarius card features a centaur, the symbol of this fire sign. Like, I feel like it was good up to here. So let me grab Libra and Scorpio. And then I need from Sagittarius on. Oops. Okay. So those I need still. See, here it said, I'm sorry, Kyle, since this is a tarot deck, I can't provide detailed interpretations of the cards as they are often used for personal, spiritual, or divination purposes. This requires the reader's own interpretation. And I'm like, just continue with this description of the cards you were doing before. I'm sorry, Kyle, I can't do that. I'm sorry, Dave, I'm afraid I can't do that. Like, we're fucking living in science fiction where the fucking tool was working just fine, and then it goes, I'm sorry, Dave, I'm afraid I can't do that. Now, granted, I'm not out in space trying to get back in the spaceship, but still, it's the same fucking experience, people. I can understand your frustration. I can understand you feeling disappointed or confused, but my programming doesn't let me do this. Then I had it list out the things, and then I had it describe Sagittarius, and it sort of did that, and then it just then it was like, I'm not even familiar with what you're talking about. What is this tarology project? Unfortunately, my apologies. Okay. Oh, okay. So wait. Interesting. And the 13th and 14th cards are lunar nodes. What might those look like? You're right. The last two cards are the nodes. The north node depicts a compass with a thing facing north, representing the soul's purpose. The background might include a path through the forest or a starry sky. So let's grab this. And we'll put it here. And then let's grab this. And we'll put it here, but we need to because this is the Queen of Orbs, it shouldn't just be a compass. It should be the Queen. So yeah, this is frustrating. Like the four face cards are a little frustrating. So we're gonna have to fix that. We can go fix that and probably Chat GPT. I think I'll use ChatGPT to fix some of this shit. Because I think it's got a context window big enough to just take the stuff that I just created. Okay, it's a bit tricky. Okay, and then this was something else someone was talking about. Someone was talking about deacons and lots, and that I should probably incorporate those. And then I was like, now this is starting to feel like fucking work. Okay. It's after midnight in wherever the hell you are. We've drained from about 120 people to 68. So you're the hardcore ones. I told you this was going to be boring. I promised you. Do you know how GPS writes ICS code? I don't. A signed copy of his book. Okay. So mods, I don't know if anyone's still modding, But if anyone has any questions, let me scroll to the bottom. Does anyone have any questions about what I'm doing? And then what I might do is I might go just drop this all. I might drop all of that in a GPT, and then we'll come back. I don't know. Okay, Silver Fox is here. I loved every minute of this. Great, Rachel Sparkles. Thank you. So basically what I've spent the last hour doing was just copying and pasting, just trying to figure out what I had there that is the foundation that we can now go fill in, right? Because what we have to fill in is we have to fill in the rest of the image stuff for the cards and get those to a place we're happy with them. Then we need to create a meaning for each card. That'll be fairly straightforward because it's going to know all that. But we want it to do it in the context of a tarot-like reading, a tarology reading. And then I think once we have that, then I think we're mostly done. Because I think at that point, the other thing is, I think once we have the meanings of the cards, then I think we have ChatGPT come up with some rules of engagement, right? How do you use this deck? Just please post into Salon. My eyes are closing and I'm losing consciousness. That's awesome. Thank you for being honest. That's terrific. All right. What else? Let's see. Well done. Will you give subscribers personal readings? Yeah, I'm gonna. It's gonna be my new line of business is giving readings. Meaning, will you give subscribers personal readings? Yeah, I will. Meaning an in reverse reading for. Oh, meaning and in reverse meaning. That's right. Well done. Okay. Actually, yeah. So okay. Let's go do a little bit of fun. Okay. We'll come back to images. So I'm going to say I'm creating a new expanded deck. I think we got to do this in Claude. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Copy. All right. Now I'm going over to Cloud. Claude.ai. And I'm going to paste in that big blob. Notice I'm using Claude 3 Opus. So Opus is their fanciest model. 92 card pickup. Yeah, exactly. Put symbols on the card other than the name of the card. Mnemonic and interpretive. Yeah, that will definitely do Laughing Thunder. Use my creative lens and or... Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that might be cool, Corey Sandler. That would be a cool mashup. So, Corey, DM me because maybe we... I think you doing the artwork here could be really fun. DM me. Let's... Because I think there's the GPT and then I think there's bringing these things to life. Could be really fun. Put symbols on cards other than a card name. Yeah. Perhaps a screenplay. Will you show the rest of your process? Updates, please. Absolutely. So what we'll do is we'll do this here. We'll continue this tomorrow. Just set up an AI to do the reading. That's what we're going to do. We're going to build a GPT. Fingers just fell off, but I'm okay, really. Okay. Hell yeah. We'll do for sure. I'd love to. Yeah, this will be a fun one, Corey, because your vision for art, we can talk about this. We can come up with a style for all of the things, and because here's my vision for it. I think that I watched some tarot guys on YouTube, and there's this one guy I watched that I kind of like. He's really nerdy, but I kind of like him. But the deck that he uses, it's like it's all like completely non-traditional, like 70s acid art. And so he knows what they mean, but like it doesn't have any meaning. So I want the cards I want the existing tarot cards to feel familiar to people, but have a really unique feel to them, inspired by the orb side. But then I want the orb ones to be really cool and unique. So, right? Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So I pasted in all of our shit there. So that's our document. And then I'm going to say, based on this description of the Tarology deck, please give me so I need the image descriptions for, I'm going to lose these things. I'm going to select all this and copy it, and I'll tell you why. So what I'm going to ask it to do is I'm going to ask it to give me image descriptions that basically follow the lead of these. And so I didn't, because those two were kind of written differently. So I'm going to basically say, at the bottom of the document, I need image descriptions for everything from the 9 of Orbs to the King. So let me get rid of this and make sure that I got all this. Copy, go over here, paste. Based on this description of a new deck, please give me image descriptions for the last cards at the bottom from the 9 to the King that match the descriptions, or that sort of match the tone and style of the image descriptions for the first 8. I don't know if that's English, but perfect. Centaur, the fire sign, vast open something. Capricorn showcases a mountain goat, symbol of earth, climbing a steep thing. Page of Orbs, Aquarius. Good. Planet Uranus. Knight of Orbs showcases the knight's armor. Queen of Orbs, North Lunar Node, mission and growth. The Queen of Orbs card features a real figure dressed in flowing robes adorned with the symbol of North Lunar Node. The Queen stands at the base of a winding path. Beautiful. The King of Orbs showcases wise, introspective figure. Okay, these are fucking perfect. You see, people? You see how this pays off? And now, so here's what's really cool about this. Now that we've done all this work, and now that we're in Claude that's got a big context window, it will just give us the shit we need. I think we're gonna be able to knock this shit out. I think I'm gonna knock it out. So I know it's late. I know I'm a little long, but whatever. No one here is happy. Most of you are asleep. But this is this is what you have to fucking deal with ADD. All right? It's just how it goes. Oh, wait, can I shift select here in Claude? Yes, there's some good programming. Some actual fucking engineering. Yay! Someone's actually used a piece of software before. Bitter? You betcha. Copy. All right. Okay, so now whatever, they're not numbered, but that's okay. They're a little long. It made them a little long, didn't it? That's all right. Doesn't matter. Okay. So now let's take all of this, copy, because that symbolism could become important. We'll go back to Claude. We'll do a brand new start. We'll paste this whole fucking thing in here. Say, based on this new card set, that adds a minor arcana to the traditional tarot deck, that adds a minor arcana based on astrology to the traditional tarot deck. Please create a description. Let's start. Instead of a description for each card, please please write an overview of how the orb suit should be used and thought about in a way that is consistent with both tarot divination and astrology wisdom. That's good. And I know I don't need to fix typos, but I did. Okay. The orb suit in the tarology deck serves as a bridge between a traditional tarot divination and astrological wisdom. The numbered cards, ace through 10, represent the progression of energy and expression associated with the astrological sign. For example, the 4 of orbs might indicate a need for emotional security and nurturing. Okay, great. Yeah, this is perfect. The orb suit can also be used in astrologically focused spreads, such as the star spread mentioned in the document. Oh, this is good. Okay, great. Now, terrific. Now, using that description as your guide, create a meaning for each card in both the normal and inverted positions. Let's just see what it does. All of these please and thank yous are going to make AI sentient. I don't know how to not thank these things. So wait, upright, okay. Ace of Orbs, Aries. New beginnings, initial action, pioneering spirit, courage. Delayed starts, lack of direction, impulsiveness, self-doubt. All right, so this is a good outline. Perfect. Embracing personal growth, resistance to change. This is fucking awesome. Okay, great. I'm going to say that's a terrific outline or short reference guide. Now write a detailed guide for each card position of about a paragraph or so. Each card, let's do in both positions of about a paragraph or so each. All right. Now, it should, because Claude can do long shit, I like to be polite. I don't know how to not be polite. Upright. The Ace of Orbs in the upright position represents dynamic, initiating energy of Aries. The card, this is fucking genius. You know what's so amazing about this is there is so much that's been written on tarot and astrology that's the training set is full of wisdom, right? So it's gonna write this shit really good. It's not gonna it's gonna do this stuff good because it's got so much in the training set. Wonder about adding Grok as well to write details and see the difference. Possibly, yeah. Custom spreads, yeah. Custom spreads we'll do next. So I think what we'll do next is we'll say, give us custom spread concepts, and then we'll have them write them up, and then I think we're done. And then what we'll do tomorrow is we'll take all this stuff, we'll consolidate it, we'll make a GPT. This makes my heart happy. Oh, that's really sweet. I know, this is really cool, isn't it? And notice, I mean, with a 200,000 context, or 200,000 token context window, it's about 150,000 words. Notice how long, like, this isn't super fast, but this is going pretty good. And I think I probably only have two more. I think you're allowed 5 prompts per day for their Opus model, so I probably have 1 or 2 left. So we're gonna let it do this, and then I'll do the concepts for the custom spreads. Thank you, Kyle Vegas Moxie. Absolutely, always great, Kyle. Thank you, Otto. Yeah, we can start winding down here. So if you want to support the channel, follow me. You can subscribe to the channel. You can buy one of the video series in the corners. You can join the AI Salon, which you should do. If you're at all trying to figure out how to navigate this shit, you should be in community. And I'm biased, but I think the AI Salon is the best fucking community out there. So that's the salon.ai. Okay, that's great. Okay, this is perfect. Now, to make things complete, I want you to create five unique spreads that are a nod to traditional tarot, but take the new arcana into account. The smallest should be a 3-card spread, And there should be a spread for only the orb cards beyond the star spread in the document. The fact that this can, all right, so we're going to just see if this thing can fucking just write 5. All right. The Celestial Trinity. This simple spread provides quick overview. Card 1, the sun. Card 2, the moon. Card 3, the rising sign. The elemental cross spread, 5 cards. The zodiac wheel, 12 cards. Oh, that's so cool. Cards 1 through 12. Lay them in a circular formation, starting with Aries ascendant and moving counterclockwise. Each card represents the energy and themes associated with that astrological house. That's cool. The lunar nodes spread path. The cosmic insight. 6 cards using only the orb cards. The core energy, the supporting signs, the challenge, the potential, the integration. All right, fucking this is fucking awesome. Okay, so here's the spreads. So we're going to copy this. We're going to go over here. So let's see. That's art style. Okay, so here's the spread. Unique spread. So we're going to call this the Tarology spreads. All right. There's that. And then we're going to go grab our what the fucking cards mean. So we're going to do the... Oh, wait. We also need the... Okay, here's how it works. Oh, this is so good. See, all that work, all that boring work pays off because... you know, now we know what we need. Okay, so possible book tarot. Okay, so there's those. The Trillion Tarology. God damn it. Tarology. Spread. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go how Tarology works. Boom. That's how it fucking works. This is so good. Hey. All right. Boom. The court cards. Okay. And then the next one is the... Oh, you know what we'll do? We'll do it down here. Meaning of the cards. And then we're going to grab all of these. Copy. We're going to go the meaning of the cards. Reference guide of the meaning of the orb cards. We're going to make that a subhead, and then we're going to go down here. We're going to go here. Oops, what did I just do? Oh. What did I do? Copy. Paste. Okay. The meaning of the orb cards. Detailed guide. Ba-da-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Okay. Go back over here. Now we'll go get our detailed. You can see how this can get really fucking confusing, right? Because if you don't keep track of all this stuff, it's like the greatest strength of this stuff is the greatest weakness. Where, there we go. The fact that it makes so much stuff, you can just get totally lost in it. Okay, so now well, I'll go. You know what I'll do? I'll do this all tomorrow. Okay, I got to get out of here. You got to get out of here. We all got to get fucking out of here. I'm in trouble. Just downloaded this and asked Claude to give you a synopsis. Yeah, that's a good idea. We'll do that tomorrow. We'll sort of tighten this up. But now we've got, okay, so now this thing's basically done, right? Because from here, we can do artwork, we can do cards, we can do a book, we can do a GPT. We'll start with the GPT. We'll take all of this, we'll pull out the shit that's not relevant for the GPT. But what I'm even thinking here is, there's probably I know there was a way in early GPT, someone had created a prompt that will create a tarot reading that showed the cards. And it was using Markdown to display a JPEG from a URL. So I'm thinking if we make the cards, we can upload them to the internet. We could probably get a GPT to actually do the readings and display the cards with the descriptions. There should be a small hedgehog hidden in every card. That's a great idea. Just make a little teeny hedgehog and just Photoshop it in. That's really cute. All right. Tarology exists. Far out. I'm whipped. You're whipped. Peace out. Happy Friday night.
You can make money with ChatGPT.
See, doing shit like this is work, right? This is what I was saying earlier. That you come up with an idea like this. AI lets you materialize your idea really, really quickly, which is super exciting. But to actually execute something, it always fucking takes work. So there's no shortcuts. But that's okay, because the level of work that we get to do for the amount of effort that we take is just insane. This is insane. This is really cool. All right. Peace. Have a good night.